Good morning. Today we are studying about the diffraction of the light. Now, according to the diffraction of the light, first we have to study who had discovered the diffraction of the light. Now, according to the diffraction of the light, a scientist named psychist, Italian psychist named as the Francisco Maria Grimaldi. He had discovered in the year 1665. Okay. The diffraction of the light was discovered by the Italian scientist named as Francisco Maria Grimaldi in the year 1665. Now, according to this, Newton and Hooke explain the phenomenon, and according to this, Thomas and given the explanation of the wave theory to the diffraction of the light. To diffraction of the light. These are the scientists about the diffraction of the light who had discovered it. Now, according to this, we have to study the definition of the diffraction of the light. When the ray of the light which is made to pass to a slit or through the observer screen, there will be the bending of the light. Bending of the light at the corners or at the obstacles is called as diffraction of the light. The light which is made to fall on the slit or the screen, that time there will be the bending at the corners or the obstacle is called as the diffraction of the light. Now, according to this, we have to give the explanation of the diffraction of the light. Now, let us consider a sun is there. Now, here the ray of the light which is made to fall through the slit, and this is your observation screen. This is the slit and observation screen. Now let us consider here point we are considering A, B, and it is at the point O. And here we are considering at the point of the A dash, and other one is your B dash. Now the ray which is coming from the slit or which is coming from the light which is made to pass to the A and B, that is your slit. Okay. Afterwards, what we are getting here, we are getting the A dash and B dash. How we are getting A dash and B dash? By the rectilinear propagation of the light. By the rectilinear propagation of the light, which is made to fall on the A dash B dash. Now, according to the A dash B dash, it is the shadow of the or geometrical shadow. A dash and B dash is the geometrical shadow. When we are getting the rectilinear propagation of the light which is made to fall on the A dash and B dash as shown in the figure. Now let us consider one more diagram. Now the rays of the light which is made to fall on the slit AB, and other one is your A dash B dash. This is A dash and B dash. There will be the bending of the light. There will be the bending of the light. This bending of the light is due to the diffraction of the light at the corners of the A dash and B dash. This is the explanation for the diffraction of the light. Just first time we are considering the AB which is made to fall on the slit. Okay. It is observed on the observation screen. There will be no effect. When we are applying the rectilinear linear propagation of the light, that time we are getting the geometrical shadow of the A and B, that we are calling as the A dash and B dash. This is A dash and B dash. When the A dash and B dash we are seeing, they will be the beyond, they will be the geometrical shadow. Beyond there will be the geometrical shadow, and this bending of the light we are calling as the diffraction of the light, or we can also call it as bending of the light at the corners also we can call, or the at an obstacle. We are using the obstacle also. The examples for the diffraction of the light. Examples for diffraction of the light. The web of the spider or the spider web. The spider web. When we saw the spider web in the sunlight, there we can see the diffraction of, there we can see the many colors, that is due to the diffraction of the light. When we see the spider web in the sunlight, there we can see the band of the color. That band of the color is due to the diffraction of the light. Now let us consider one more example. Now let us consider the shaving blade. Okay. Now let us take the shaving blade and go and stand outside the sunlight. When the sunlight is falling on the blade, there will be the normal edges will be formed. At the edge of the blade, there will be the colors. That colors is due to the diffraction of the light. These are the some examples for the diffraction of the light. Now next we have studied here explanation to the diffraction to a single slit. Now here just we have to take the diagram here. S is the source which is made to fall. Now let us consider the diagram for a single slit. In this condition we are applying S. S means what? It is the source. The rays of the light which is made to fall on the lens or the converging lens L1. The rays of the light which is coming or which is made to fall on the converging lens, they are in parallel. That they are made to fall on the rectangular slit. A small rectangular slit that we are calling as the AB. AB is the small rectangular slit. Okay, now when the rays are coming from the rectangular slit, it is made to fall on the length of the or the parallel length of the converging lens L2, which is made to fall on the length L2. Or the rays which are coming from the source S is made to fall directly on the observation screen or the plane. This we are calling, P is calling as the principal axis on the converging lens of the L2. P is calling as the principal axis which is converging on the lens of the L2. Now in this we have to study some limitation or the characteristics of the diffraction. Now in this case we can find here, in this condition we can take this as the maximum point P. Okay, here some diffraction point is. Here we can get the central bright maximum fringes. We are getting the central bright maximum fringes due to the dark and bright fringes. This is the first application. Now second one, we are telling that we are getting the bright fringes due to the decrease of the secondary maximum value. Now next, third one, we are getting the dark fringes due to the increase of the secondary maximum or the wavelength, secondary maximum wavelength. These are the some limitations we have to study here in this single slit. First one, we are getting at the point of the P, we are getting the central bright and maximum fringes. Second, we are getting the bright fringes due to the decrease. And third, we are getting the dark fringes due to the secondary maximum or the secondary wavelength. And And here we have to study that again. One more is that the width of the fringe is non-uniform. The width of the fringes is always non-uniform. These are the some limitations for the diffraction through a single slit. Now next we are studying about the expression for the path difference. Now let us consider the diagram for the path difference. Now here this is the diagram for the path difference. Here we are taking towards the observation or towards the slit. Here in this condition, for the angle or for the triangle we are applying ACB. From the triangle ACB we are considering sin theta. Sin theta is equal to, we are considering BC by AD. Sin theta is equal to BC by AD by the diagram. Therefore BC value is equal to what we are considering, delta x. And then distance of AB is equal to what we have taken here, small d. Here delta x means what? It is the secondary wavelength. It is the secondary wavelength which is present at the side of the point of A and B. Delta x is the secondary wavelength which is present at the point of the A and B. And small d is the distance at the point of the A and B. Now in this condition we are telling that theta is the angular position. Theta is the angular position. And theta is the angular position. Now from this we can tell that the position of the bright or dark fringes, the position of the bright and the dark fringes always depend upon the value of the theta. Always depend upon the value of theta. This is just about the path difference. The value for the path difference we have taken the formula as sin theta is equal to delta x by d. The definition for the central maxima. We have to study the definition for the central maxima. It is the central dark fringe in the diffraction pattern. Central dark fringe in the diffraction pattern. We are calling it as central maxima. Next one, diffraction minima. Here we are getting the dark fringes. Here we are considering the dark fringes should be present in the diffraction pattern. And last one, diffraction secondary maxima. Here we are taking the bright fringes which is present in the diffraction of the light. Bright fringes. See, these are the some definition we have to study. A central maxima means it is the central dark fringes which is present in the diffraction pattern. Diffraction minima, it is the dark fringes we are observing on the diffraction of the light. Diffraction to the secondary maxima, it is the bright fringes we are applying on the diffraction of the light. Now next we have to study here angular position of the diffraction fringe, that we are calling as a theta. This is the diagram for the angular position. Now let us consider the slit or the monochromatic light which is made for on the slit. We are getting the observation on the screen as shown in the figure. Now in this case we have to study the condition or the expression for the angular position of the diffraction fringe at the point of the maxima. At the point of the maxima. The maximum point we are getting in the bright fringes. We are getting in the bright fringes. Therefore, the value or the expression for the bright fringe we are taken here, theta is equal to n plus 1 by 2 into lambda by d, where theta is the angular position of the diffraction of the light, and is the number, n is equal to, we are considering 0, 1, 2, 3, so on up to the last term. Lambda is the wavelength, d is the slit width. D is the slit width. Now, in the same way, we are studying the condition for the minima. Minima, we are obtaining this in the dark fringes. We are getting in the dark fringes. Now here we are taken the value or the expression theta is equal to n lambda by d, where theta is the angular position of the diffraction of the light, that we are calling as a theta. N is equal to, again we are considering 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on up to the last term. Lambda is the wavelength, d is the slit width. First one, we are applying for the maxima, it should be in the bright field. Second one, minima, it should be in the dark field. These are the two expressions for the angular position of the diffraction of light.